Hey everyone, Cash here, back with another video from NCAA Football 14. Today we've reached the end of Season 2 in our Rags to Riches Dynasty. It's time for the offseason here. We'll see if we are going to be moving on from Oregon or if we'll be returning for another season. So first up, the coaching carousel on our first head coaching option, West Virginia, who actually is not even going to make us an option. The Marshall, big season from Marshall. They take their coach Doc Holliday. Next up, Kansas State. They are not going to offer us either. They are going to go with Manny Diaz, defensive coordinator from Texas. Oklahoma State up next. We do show up on the options, but as you know, the goal here is to be the head coach of a six-star program. So looks like there's not going to be any six-star options here. Marshall with their new opening, we show up on that list, but we are not even offered that job. So our first head coaching option is going to be Kentucky. So worst options than last season. I think we had a few decent options last year. See here, we're going to be offered the offensive coordinator job at Florida and the offensive coordinator job at Texas. So we are going to be returning to Oregon. Pretty disappointed in the coaching options this year. Opportunities, nothing really coming up. So we are going to be returning to Oregon again. You can take a look at the players leaving screen. We got one left tackle, but we're going to easily persuade him to come back. So you look here at the seniors leaving. And very interesting, DeAnthony Arnett, Heisman Trophy winner, does not even get a pro draft grade here. You see there just graduation, so he doesn't even get a round. Surely he would be at least a top 3 round pick in the real life draft, so pretty disappointed to see him not going. So now we're going to take a look at the recruiting board. For the first time this season, you can take a look at some of the prospects that we are going after. Last season, the first year, I took a look at the recruiting board a couple times throughout the season. Didn't really get to it this season, so you're going to take a look here as we see who we have. 3 athletes. Be interesting to see who they're gonna be. I think one of them there was 280 pounds, so interesting to see an athlete that big. I'm assuming he will be a lineman of some kind, but we will see once we get there. So no super high rated guys, some 70s, no 5 stars. I saw some 4s and some 3s. As we take a look here, we are the 15th class currently, so we'll see if we can improve upon that as we go to signing day. Let's see here, we move up to number 10. We end up with 20 guys. So we can see, I don't remember any of the names, so I don't know who else we picked up, but we will see once we get to the position changes who we ended up with in this class. See if we get any steals. There as the top rated guy is going to be the one athlete, which, as I said, we will see what they are going to be. So here we are now at the position changes. Marcus Mariota going to be back, going to be our QB once again. So we've got a couple running backs, but we're going to be changing around the line here, get the line evened out. I think we had one position there, the center, and then we have 2 left guards. We're going to move one of them over and then just kind of filling out depth there on the rest of them. And then the linebacker spot, we're going to move one of our right side linebackers over to the left and then switching over one of the freshmen back to the other side, just evening that out. And then here we are with our 3 athletes. In the first one, Pat Fuller, 75. He is going to turn into a cornerback, gives us some depth at corner. And then the next one, that one, we're going to end up moving to fullback as he makes a pretty good fullback. And our best fullback was like a 45, I think. So he was pretty bad. So he is going to immediately start. And then the last athlete, did have him at halfback. But after looking at the halfbacks, I see he is more of a need at wide receiver. So Archie will be moved to wide receiver. So that's it for the position changes. Everything pretty much the same. Now we're going to look at the training results. Mariota up to a 99. He picks up a little bit of speed, so he is going to be the new monster here. With no more DeAnthony Arnett, we have Byron Marshall, who moves up to a 93. He's looking pretty speedy, as well as Tyner, the backup. He is for sure going to see some time there. All wide receivers at least an 85, so a great wide receiver corp coming back. Braylon Addison there. Going to highlight him. He's going to be in the slot, so he will look to get a lot of work here. Pharaoh Brown is going to be the new starting tight end, and then the line looking pretty good, all in the 80s, 190 guy there. The defensive line solid as well. We got a lot of juniors and seniors, a lot of seniors this year. Very good D tackles. The linebackers, pretty solid. Tyson Campbell, 92. At cornerback, we are a little thin here. We got a set of twins there at corner, but only 3 returning corners, so some freshmen are going to be playing there. Solid at strong safety. And then we have the kicker. No punter, so a walk-on, so our kicker is going to be doing the kicking and the punting this year, as I think we get some sort of walk-on that's rated as 60 or something like that. Only 3 roster cuts necessary, and these are going to come quick. Just kind of going with the lowest rated guys, so we're going to be getting rid of that one fullback who was a 49 senior. Very odd to have a senior. He must have been a JUCO transfer, because I don't think you would have someone that bad in the game that they made. And then we're going to cut these 2 freshmen, very slow, very poorly rated. So we're just going to get rid of these guys. They will never play. And then that is going to be it for the cuts. So now here we are already to the preseason. Going to be doing some red shirts, going to redshirt some freshmen in the off season. Skipping over the conference changes, there is one conference change in, let's see, what is this, the 2015 season, I believe. Old Dominion moves to Conference USA, and then Navy moves to the American Conference. And then that's, I think there's one, technically there's some 1AA teams that are moving to FBS in those seasons, but obviously we can't make them move here since they don't exist, but trying to keep it as real as possible. So you see there, those are the people we're going to be redshirting. The next video, I will give you a look at the depth chart. Going to go through, make sure I got everyone where I want them to be, and then I'll give you a look at the schedule. But I can tell you, week 1 we have a bye. Week 2 we are going to be facing off against Michigan State. We're going to have the road game in the home and home series against them, so that is what we will see next time. But that is going to be it for the offseason here. Pretty quick one, pretty easy as we stay at Oregon, and our goal to be a coach of a 6-star program, it's going to wait at least 1 more season. So you'll be seeing the Oregon Ducks again at offensive coordinator for Cash Larson. And we will begin that season next week. But if you enjoyed this one, go ahead and give it a like. I would really appreciate it, and subscribe to see any future videos that I make. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.